Assalamu alaikum. By names of Daudi Muchunguzi. I'm from Uganda, now in Bahrain. Now is 6 months being a Muslim. Before in my school, I was used to stay with my classmates, my dorm mates were Muslims. And also in the future days, I had that eager to be a Muslim. But now I say it's now time. That's my story. Almost from before, it was my eager on my heart to become a Muslim, because I stayed with Muslims for a long time during schooling. So their behaviors, and also definitely when I reach here, I say it's high time to be with God and also to pray hard. And with Muslims, they have a chance to pray, because every day we have to pray almost like 5 times. So I get that chance and I have to use it. That's why I decide all my heart to give it to God through Muslim society. Almost life is changing, physically, mentally. Prayerlessness, it's a big change. Almost on my workplaces, before I didn't know how to pray, but by now I have to pray every time, almost for 5 days for a day. Physically, and those who know my story before, it's a big change. Okay, before, I passed through challenges. Those challenges from the workplaces. The time before, it was last year at the end of October, I get infection. Then I was operated. Then through that incident, I say I have to give my life through praying more. So by that time, and also by now, those people who was my workmates, almost they are Muslim. They know how to help. They know the person who is in need, and also they through praying for me, they play a big role. So I decide through that eager, I have to be through with them. Definitely they are happy. They are happy. I all inform them that I am a Muslim. And also before I told them before that in my future ages I will be a Muslim, and it's now time. Yes, discover Islam. On my workplaces, I had my friend. Then that friend, he connected me with Brother Saif. So Brother Saif, sometimes he visits us. Then he taught for us about how Islam they praying, how they do everything by Muslim society. Then through that story, we start a group of praying, of running, how to pray, how to do everything about Muslim, how to read Quran. Then through that, I discover if Islam, they play a big role, almost on my life, almost on my family. Or I tell other people who are not yet joined Islam to join. Some they get a bad information that okay, they not they are explanatory about Muslims. Some they get it wrongly. But when you put your heart, when you open your ears, then you listen to the person who is talking with you, you find Islam is very good. So I advise them to join Muslim.
We will give a third example of how the dawah conversation goes away from the way we want it. Imagine that you are on a dawah stall, a dawah table, and inviting people, giving leaflets about Islam, and the lady comes to you talking nicely, and she says, oh, that's a very nice thing you're doing. Actually, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that he died for my sins, and that's why I'm a good follower. Then one of the persons with you or yourself jumps into saying, oh, how do you believe in a God that died on a cross? How he didn't defend himself? How weak is your God? You start criticizing her God, and you talk about the mistakes, or you say that there are mistakes in the Bible and how many mistakes are there, and you start criticizing her religion. Now, how do you think she feels from the other side? Think from her standpoint. Imagine somebody coming to you criticizing your God, criticizing your religion, you criticizing the Quran, while you came nicely speaking to them. This is a barrier that the da'i has built between him and the non-Muslim. Other ways of dealing with this was to acknowledge that, and that she believes in God, and you would say, however, our belief in God is something such and such and such, with humbleness and politeness, not criticizing her religion or making fun of her beliefs. This is something which is not accepted in Islam, and even if some Muslims are doing it, we are not accepting that. The dawah should be humble and respectful.